Welcome to the story of my life. At least I think it happened this way. Or maybe it was that other thing. Honestly, if I'm going to have a past, I prefer it to be multiple choice. But I digress. Enjoy Nightwing's full walkthrough of Batman Arkham Origins. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, or else. Well, enjoy the show, and remember, I'll be watching.
Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to another Batman Arkham Origins lore video. And yes, this video looks odd because there's no Bruce Wayne ninja. It's because this video is being done in post because The Long Halloween is a crazy story that I couldn't memorize, and this footage was being recorded for my review anyway. In fact, The Long Halloween is a 16-issue story, folks. I'm sorry. I'm not Superman. I can't memorize that stuff, okay? The campaign that we'll be mastering today is also the Siege campaign, and we will be getting all the medals, so no worries. That being said, I hope you will enjoy the video anyway, and maybe you'll learn something, so click that like button for learning. Learning's cool.
Maybe this'll be a challenge.
Anyway, The Long Halloween was published by DC Comics 1996 through 1997, and was inspired by the Legends of the Dark Knight Halloween specials from the 1980s. Also, some aspects of Bruce Wayne and Harvey Dent's characteristics were later used in Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight film series. For the most part, this is a year one continuity story, except characters like Catwoman have already been established. Which is odd considering everything usually happens with Catwoman in year 2 or 3, unless it's the new 52, then everything's just all messed up. The story opens with Bruce Wayne in the office of the head of the Falcone mob, having been invited to Falcone's nephew's wedding, who's Johnny, by the way. We learn that Thomas Wayne and Falcone were once good friends back in the day, more or less. So that's the only thing keeping Bruce from being fitted with cement sneakers, know what I'm saying? The Roman, or Carmine Falcone, can never say that right, is trying to get Bruce's blessing to ship some imports into Gotham City Bank, or the Merchant City Bank, as you know in Arkham Origins. Bruce doesn't want to launder any of Falcone's cash and says no. So the Roman tells Bruce, "I'm sorry we can't do business," and tells him to enjoy the party. Everybody now just unsub to his Italian. Bruce storms off and runs into Selina. Elsewhere, Harvey Dent is snooping around in the garage taking photos of Falcone's cars and gets beat up by a bunch of thugs. As he's lying around there in his own blood and whatever, Bruce and Selina run into him. Harvey wakes up and says, "I'm gonna go see the commissioner and share a drink," or something along those lines. Later that night, Selina, as Catwoman, breaks into the Roman's home and is doing something shady. Batman then just happens to break and enter and talk with her too. So that's, you know, Batman does a lot of breaking and entering. That's what Batman does. Of course, when the Bat and Cat get together, they have a chase, and then later, Gordon calls Batman in using the Bat signal to discuss everything's about the Falcones. Everything's. Harvey and Gordon then tell Batman they're tired of the Roman getting away with everything in Gotham. While the DA and the police have to look the other way about what Batman does, he technically can bend the rules. So they're like, "Hey, can you bend the rules and go after this guy?" And Batman's like, "You know what? I'm gonna do that." Then he vanishes into the night, leaving behind the Roman's ledger. Now pay attention, this is gonna be important. There's gonna be a test at the end of this, alright? In July, during the board meeting of Gotham City Merchants Bank, Bruce pleads with the board, don't bring in Falcone's bad money. But Richie dismisses Wayne's rumors on the Falcones and tells the board it's gonna be fine, we need the money anyway. Later that night, Bruce visits Richie in his penthouse as the Batman and convinces the bank president to resign early, which then makes Bruce Wayne the chairman of the bank. That's an easy way to get a promotion if you're Batman. 2 months later, the Roman orders his nephew Johnny, who's back from his wedding, to kill Richie Daniels for breaking the deal. Don't want to cross the Falcones. Gordon and Dent both get called in to investigate the murder. That same night, though, Johnny's number's up because of Holiday. At the GCPD, Batman, Dent, and Gordon are trying to wrap their heads around the assassination of a Falcone hitman. I mean, that'd be pretty freaky. Then Batman spots Catwoman spying on the meeting, and they have a little chat. Selina then asks Batman to help find out stuff about the Falcones, because apparently the Falcones hurt her, or something. Batman and Dent discover Roman's illegal cash and burn all of it. After going home to his wife on All Hallows Eve, Dent gets an explosive welcome. And if you don't catch my sarcasm, it means everything blows up. You know, because it explodes. Whatever. November rolls around and the Batman captures Mickey the Irish, a bomb expert, after a run-in with Solomon Grundy in the sewers, which was a really cool panel that took place in the past, and Batman was fighting Solomon Grundy and trying to fight the Irishman at the same time, or rescue him. I don't really remember. Eventually, the Irishman talks and says, "Okay, I did it." Also, you know, someone would kill Dent eventually because supposedly Dent whacked Johnny. And Batman's like, whoa, wait a minute. When did Dent kill Johnny? Dent's been with us the whole time. And he says, "I believe in Harvey Dent." After getting a confession from the Irishman, all of Mickey's accomplices end up going to jail. And miraculously, Dent resurfaces. Also, Mrs. Dent somehow survived the blast too. Apparently she's like Superwoman or something. But unfortunately, she spends Thanksgiving in the hospital, so not quite superhuman, or excuse me, metahuman, as DC puts it. Batman wonders how the Roman will react and if there will be anything to be thankful for in the coming year. That's how they end that issue. It's like very cool. Batman swinging on a rope and he's thinking about all the things he's thankful for. The holiday killer then strikes again, taking out the entire Irish gang in front of the turkey. And then we flash forward to Christmas Eve, where the Joker breaks out of Arkham and steals a family's Christmas present, so he becomes the Grinch! Back at Arkham Asylum, Gordon and Batman have a chat with Calendar Man about Holiday. Later that night, Joker ambushes Maroni and says, "You are numero 2, so you have to be Holiday," since only Falcone's people have been killed up to this point. Maroni says, "Business is bad for the mob right now. Why would I go and mess with Falcone?" And Joker's like, "You make a valid point. I'm gonna leave for no particular reason." Batman then drops in and says hi on Maroni. Mrs. Dent eventually gets out of the hospital, and Harvey surprises her with a brand new house he can't afford. Inside, the Joker's waiting to have a chat with the dashing DA about him being Holiday. There's a twist we didn't see coming. Joker then visits Falcone and says, "I'm gonna kill everyone in Gotham to find Holiday." Shortly after, Holiday claims Falcone's bodyguard as the next victim, and leaves like a little Christmas thing in front of him because the Holiday killer's sick. New Year's Eve rolls around and Batman stops searching for Holiday and goes after the Joker. Because, you know, the Joker takes priority because he can kill more people than a person who's just shooting people with a handgun. At the DA's office, Harvey uncovers some secret information about Bruce Wayne and the Roman having some type of connection, and then he becomes obsessed with trying to figure out Bruce's ties to the guy. Meanwhile, Batman is fighting the Joker. Elsewhere, on Falcone's yacht, the Roman accuses Sal Maroni of being Holiday and wiping out his people. During this whole conversation, or on the other panel or whatever, the Roman son ends up getting shot by Holiday and falls off the ship. The Gordons then spend New Year's Eve with the Dents, and Harvey tells Jim about Bruce Wayne possibly being a bad guy. While this is all happening, I know it gets confusing, but after all this is going on, Batman is still fighting the Joker on top of this little biplane that's ready to nuke Gotham, and he somehow is able to save Gotham Square. Then we flash forward several months to Valentine's Day. Because Harvey Dent can't let things go and he's been flipping his coin a lot, they go to Wayne Manor to see Bruce Wayne, that's it. At the Gotham Graveyard, however, Batman jumps on the Roman and almost ends up getting shot, but saved by Catwoman. Remember, this is a year one story, so Batman isn't really good at what he does. Bruce and Selina then go on a date as Ivy hands Bruce Wayne a rose, which messes with his mind and makes him go crazy. That evening, Maroni is trying to wine and dine Harvey's assistant, who's another new character. Yay, so many characters. Instead of Falcone's guys getting killed, Holiday decides, you know what? Something's not right here, so I'm gonna wipe out Sal's guys, and that's exactly what he does at that famous pizza place that's in Arkham City. So Sal goes into the next room, and Holiday comes in. Bang, 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 bang. Everybody dies, except for Sal and his guest. Now, during this massive killing on Valentine's Day, hence the, Valentine's Day murder that's mentioned in the Arkham games, the Roman's daughter, Sophia, returns to Gotham. And she looks like one of those really big Russian women. Like someone that could really hurt you, But anyway, Ivy, meanwhile, has turned Bruce into a puppet and has him change his stance on the Falcone account at the Merchant's Bank. Selina then spots Ivy and follows Bruce Wayne because of jealousy. Some stuff happens with the rival families, blah blah blah, nobody cares. The juicy stuff is a catfight between Selina and Ivy, since Ivy is a weed that's come into Catwoman's lawn, meaning Bruce Wayne. It's a metaphor. Catwoman saves Wayne, then St. Patrick's Day comes and Holiday kills more of Sal's guys, blah blah blah. Which then Sophia and Falcone call off the hit on the Maroni family, so that's kind of nice, right? Even though his men are all dead. Batman and Catwoman share a moment, and Ivy was hired by the Roman. We move on to April and April Fool's Day. Batman and the Riddler both theorize who Holiday is. Both know it is a woman, probably, and it could either be Catwoman or Carla, which is Falcone's sister. Alfred has a strange suggestion, though. He says, "I believe, sir, it could be Harvey Dent." And Bruce looks at him, "I believe in Harvey Dent." During all of this stuff, back at the DA's office, Harvey is trying to get an arrest warrant for Bruce Wayne. See what I mean about Harvey being obsessed with catching Bruce? So, at Carmine's place, Sophia almost crushes the Riddler's head like a melon and then kicks him out of the place. And if you're wondering what Riddler's even doing there, apparently Carmine Falcone is trying to find out who Holiday is, and Riddler was like, "Aha, I think I might know who this person is." So he's like, "Okay, why don't you tell me who it is?" "Oh, nope, I don't like your suggestion, so my daughter here is gonna crush her head." Then he gets thrown outside, and guess who's waiting outside? It's the Holiday Killer. Bum, bum, bum. But apparently, because it's April Fool's, Nigma gets to live. Mother's Day then rolls around, and Calendar Man mocks Batman for not being able to catch the woman's serial killer. Mr. Day says he'll help out Batman just this once, when suddenly Scarecrow escapes Arkham Asylum. See, Batman can't catch a break in this book. Batman then leaps onto the horse that Crane is on, only to discover that there is this crazy fear toxin that makes him go more crazy than he already is. Gordon then tries to arrest Wayne, and Sophia has this brilliant idea of tracking down the gun maker that makes the .22 handgun that Holiday keeps using. Too bad Holiday already kills the gun maker before Sophia can discover the killer's identity. Bruce also goes even more insane thanks to the Crane's fear toxin and is easily arrested. Bruce is eventually acquitted, though, after it's revealed that his dad never really accepted the money for saving the Roman's life, who was shot by, I believe it was Luigi, which was Sal's dad, and you can see it gets all weird. Then we're back in the present, and Sal Maroni goes to see his dad, Luigi, but Holiday's waiting there and kills Luigi. Not Mario's brother, Sal's father. Having lost the case, Dent begins flipping his coin in the basement and starts losing his grasp on reality, and we finally get to see the Two-Face character come out a little bit. Somewhere in Gotham, the Scarecrow is whipping up something nasty with some assistance from the Mad Hatter and the Roman? Sal then goes to see Dent about stopping Holiday for good. 4th of July, just another Holiday murder, and Selina puts on the moves towards Bruce, all romantic-like. Harvey then spoils the evening by sending out this bat signal to chat with Batman. Dent tells Batman that Sal is going to testify. In prison, Maroni is visited by Sophia, and they have a romantic past, apparently. She went to jail for him one time, and, Daddy doesn't know, who's the Roman, that they have this thing. Batman then tracks down Scarecrow, and the Mad Hatter defeats them, and eventually Catwoman lends a paw, and they leave together. Meanwhile, Gilda Dent confronts Harvey about being the Holiday Killer, and he denies it, all crazy-like. Batman, meanwhile, is searching for the Riddler because he is the only person alive to see the Holiday Killer face to face. Back at the courthouse, Vernon, who is actually Harvey's assistant, who we've just been calling the assistant, gives Maroni some ulcer medicine so that his tummy will feel better. During the hearing, though, Sal says, "I need to take something for my stomach." And Harvey's like, "Stomach problems?" And he's like, "Aha, I threw acid in your face." And Harvey's like, "Ah!" So yeah. The Roman then celebrates his birthday while Harvey has his face burned half off. At the hospital, Dent kills his doctor, escapes during surgery, and totally loses his mind. While this is happening, Holiday kills Falcone's sister in the coroner's office. There's a lot of this going on. Eventually, Gordon and Batman fight over Batman, knowing that Harvey Dent possibly is the Holiday killer. In the sewers, somehow, Two-Face befriends Solomon Grundy, which makes no sense. I guess because they're both ugly, they can be friends. Mrs. Dent then asks Batman to bring Harvey back to her because he's changed and he's losing his mind. Well, having your face burned, lady, would probably do that to you. That and becoming a serial killer. Batman goes to Arkham to talk more with Calendar Man, who just mocks Batman. Maroni is then moved from Blackgate, but is killed by Holiday anyway in the transition. And finally, we learn Holiday's identity is actually Falcone's son. You know, the guy who fell off the boat. Also, Batman makes a really cool RoboCop-like body armor and is able to defend Gordon and stuff. Man, this is going on longer than I thought. The Holiday Killer is sentenced to the gas chamber, and Harvey Dent is still missing. As the Roman is angry over his son's decision about not coming out and saying, "I wasn't the one who killed these people," and getting the death penalty, we find out he has daddy issues. Most of Batman's rogues then crash Falcone's pad as soon as he gets home. Batman takes on all the freaks in the room, and Dent actually kills Carmine Falcone. So the Roman is finally dead. Catwoman is happy, and she dives out the window with Sophia, and we never see them again in this book. Then Two-Face leaves for what we assume is a killing spree. Oh, this book is so confusing, isn't it? After dishing out justice, he goes to the Gotham City Police Department building and says, "The long Halloween is over, gentlemen," and turns himself in. Two-Face actually goes in to turn himself in. He hasn't completely lost his mind and like, this is not a good idea. He actually shows some morality and some conviction for the bad things that he did. Before being brought in, though, he says there were actually 2 Holiday killers. And as he's being taken away, Gordon asks Batman, what the heck did he mean by 2 Holiday killers? And Batman's like, "Harvey's obsessed with the number 2. Meaning he also killed folks too. So Batman made a joke. Actually, on Christmas Day, we learned that the real Holiday murderer was Harvey Dent's wife, Gilda. Harvey just picked up where she left off after she was blown up. The reason she wanted the mob out of the way, though, was so that she and Harvey could have a baby. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the long, long Halloween. Oh. For the most part, I really did enjoy rereading this book. If you guys aren't able to find the graphic novel, then you can purchase it on Comixology and read it digitally on your Android or your tablet or whatever. That's what I ended up doing. It took me about 2 or 3 hours to read the entire thing, and then my script was condensed from an hour to 20-something minutes, or however long this has been. It's insane. But the book is something that I really would like to see a movie made of it. In fact, I think that if they ever do a reboot, again, of the Batman movies or do an animated film, The Long Halloween would be a very interesting story to see. Or you could even make a video game about The Long Halloween. Arkham Origins should have been about The Long Halloween. That would have been an amazing story because Gregory Day totally got screwed in this game. He has like a few second cameo and things like that. Instead, you know, we had the Assassins and Joker and things like that. They missed a huge opportunity where they could have done the Falcones and Black Mask and Sal Maroni and all this other stuff. It would have been totally awesome, but instead, Gregory Day is already in prison awaiting the gas chamber, so yeah. Anyway, I'm totally spent. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Sorry it took a while to get up, but like I said, this was the hardest Batman video that I've ever done. It just, so many hours went into this, and I probably won't do this extensive research when it comes to like New 52 Batman and some of all this other stuff. It just, wow. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch. I hope you guys had fun, and if you learned something, I am so happy. But hopefully this quick synopsis of The Long Halloween was interesting for you guys, and the gameplay wasn't totally terrible. Wow, this game is bugging like crazy. This is the PS3 build, by the way. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. And until we meet again, God bless and happy gaming. More Batman lore is coming. Thank you so much for watching.
Well, that's the end of this video. Who's up for Chinese? Seriously though, make sure to like, favorite, and share this delicious video. Unless, of course, you like being wrapped in plastic and left in the gutter. Oops, sorry, a force of habit.